Jiva must take up the doership and identify with that. This action and the doership is connected. When we do karma, there is action and reaction. It has no ego of doership, but he does karma with his body and mind. That person does karma, but has no kartutvam. Swamiji elaborated on this with the examples of a child and gnani. So we cannot say that where there is karma, there is also kartrutvam. Every action has an equal reaction. In this theory, we cannot say that all actions give reactions. After doing sadhana, being enlightened by Vedic knowledge or Vedantic knowledge, a person becomes Jivan Mukta, who also has no doership because he understood the truth, which is Satchit Ananda. The child is ignorant, and whereas this person is a wise person, a gnani. In between these two, there are people like us with all complexities and conditionings, and we have a very strong doership. By learning all this, we try to understand our own doership, our own ego. In this level of understanding, you can change yours and others' lives. In between, we have doership, actions, and reactions. This is the basic formula of karma. Swamiji pointed out that in our Shastras, it is said that human beings perform actions. The animals have a body that we call as Bhoga Sharira, whereas the Manushya has Karma Sharira. Manushya can do new actions and get new effects. They have a choice to do good and bad actions. For a man to perform karmas, he should be identified with doership or kartrutvam, the ego. According to our Shastras, karma is categorized into three types according to the performance as Agami, Sanchita, and Prarabdha. Agami means that which comes later or which fructifies with effects in future. Sanchita means the accumulated karmas, the results of action. The third category is Prarabdha, which means already begun with effect, the exhausting karma. It is the karma that we experience and exhaust. First, Swamiji discussed Agami karma. Here it is said that Agami karma is done by Gnani in this birth. We ordinary people do karma and also experience the Prarabdha. While experiencing or exhausting the Prarabdha karma, that karma which we do is called Agami. This Agami karma will give result in this birth itself. Whatever remaining Agami karma remains, it joins with Sanchita. But in the case of Gnani, it is special or different. In Agami karma, we have a choice to perform good and bad karmas. We have no choice as far as Prarabdha karma is concerned. Prarabdha will create the situation. It will give the chance to perform good or bad karmas. If you can avoid the situation where you will be bound to perform some bad karma, you can avoid that situation. This is called Purushartha. Whatever Bhagavan Sri Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita is all in the context of free will. Prarabdha gives the chance to go to the war, and Arjuna is going to perform his duty as a Kshatriya and then get the fruits of that action. The Prarabdha was not created by Arjuna or Bhagavan. That Prarabdha was created by those warriors, Kauravas and Pandavas. Good karmas are your personal deposit that will follow you and come to you for the future births. If you perform a good karma, which is very strong, it can give the result as early as 3 days. So also the negative karmas. Here, the good intention is very important. The Sanchita karma is discussed next. Well, accumulated karma is the word meaning of Sanchita. It is the deposit of previous karmas which were deposited over many births. It is the seed of the cause of millions of births, endless births. Now, the effect is waiting to be fructified. Therefore, it is called Sanchitam. out of this Sanchita karma, some karmas were ready to fructify. Similar karmas gather together and connect because of their character and become one. And then, if those karmas are of the human body, then you get a human body. It means that now you have a human body, but you have karmas for other bodies also. From that total Sanchita karma, this human Sanchita karma is formed. The deposit of karmas is managed by God Himself, but the owner of this deposit is you yourself. Therefore, I am responsible for that. We cannot manage the Sanchita karma, but we can manage the Agami karma. We cannot manage both Sanchita and Prarabdha karmas. God collected all the good karmas and all the bad karmas that are ready to give effect to fructify. Then, with a bunch of these karmas, the body is created. This is the story of karma. Next, Swamiji talked about the entanglement theory, which is there in science. In the karma theory also, there is entanglement. One karma attracts similar karmas. This means that one karma is related to the object of that karma and the medium through which we enjoy of that karma and the situation of that karma. Now, these three are entangled together. People say that I do not know how this happened, but it did happen. This is called in Sanskrit naimittika, meaning that it fructifies with the nimitta. This is how prarabdha works, and it is all created through sanchita. This is the general theory of prarabdha, that in one birth, only one prarabdha works. It is not possible to change the prarabdha. You can change the agami, but not prarabdha. The third one is prarabdha karma. The body and the sense organs are created by prarabdha. The objects of experience, the sensory objects, are also created by prarabdha. Created in the sense, the connection with that is created by prarabdha. The objects of the five elements are created by the universal prarabdha, meaning taking all the living beings prarabdha together. Now, whatever is created out of that which connects to each one of us is important. You're married to one person in this world. This particular person, man or woman, is selected because there is the entanglement here. When they meet, this entanglement happens and then the selection is made. The karma gives that. In this way, the selection of the object in prarabdha karma is very important, and prarabdha karma takes you to that. Karma creates the situation or happiness and unhappiness. That is, you may be forced to be in that situation. Still, the pleasure or pain from that is not from karma. It is up to you to enjoy it or just leave it at that. This prarabdha karma is experienced and is exhausted. Prarabdha gives the experience and it unfolds its character. When prarabdha karma changes, the new prarabdha karma unfolds itself. Now, karma works through the brain, works through the mind, because karma is accumulated in sukshma sharira. Mind is the instrument for karma to unfold itself. It sees the situation and you are forced to be in that situation, and events happen. After happening, you can take it either way, as pleasant or unpleasant. It means that prarabdha is destroyed by experiencing it. There is no regeneration of prarabdha karma. This means that one prarabdha karma cannot create another prarabdha karma. Prarabdha karma is created from sanchita karma. While experiencing prarabdha karma, you can perform agami karmas by the instruments you gathered in that situation. Now, we should look into the connection of free will and destiny. For this, we have a science which is called astrology. To study and understand it, we have to first understand the karma theory, how it is created, how the planets are created, why you are born in a particular day and time when different stars are together, why we give so much importance to the day you are born, etc. If you're born as a human being, you're born to experience something. The experience is more important and not the birth. So, What you experience, how you experience, and what you're going to experience is important. Now let us listen to Swamiji's. Hari Om Swamiji.
श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानामालयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करम् शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणम् सूत्रभाष्य कृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेद विभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। श्री दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। वासुदेवेन्द्र योगीन्द्रं नत्वा ज्ञानप्रदं गुरुं मुमुक्षूणां हितार्थाय तत्त्वबोधोऽभिधीयते। श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरिः ओम्। ओम नमो नारायण। We were discussing the most complicated theory of karma. To understand this theory, even in Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavan says himself, Gahana karmano gadihi. The results and manifestations of karma is so deep that we are unable to discriminate and understand. But no other way. We have to find some way to understand. And I know you are very interested to know how these karmas are manifested. The whole world, how this karma theory works. But unfortunately, we have not much traces to find out the which are working in this very birth. If you have special abilities, and you siddhis, what we say, special accomplishments, if you are intelligent to know that, then it is possible. For that, there are some meditation techniques in yoga. Samskara samyamat purvajadi, on your own samskaras. It is very interesting. If you meditate your own samskaras, previous samskaras, the impressions in your mind, the vasanas, the skills and talents, and what you have in you this birth, if you meditate on that, if you trace back to understand that, it's possible to understand the previous birth. This is what the sutra says in Yoga Sutra. but normally it is not possible. So therefore, Bhagavan Shankaracharya gives hints, is making some formula to recognize and discriminates this karma theory. So there are karmas. We already knew that the word karma is used for two. So this we have discussed. Now, out of this three different karmas, three different kinds of karmas: sanchita, agami, sanchita, and prarabdha. How we can get rid of this karma? What is the way? What is the remedy for that? If you want to get rid of karma, one must know how the karmas are formed. The formation of karma, how the new karmas are formed. In last class, I told you doership karma. One without doership cannot create a new karma. I brought the example of a child which has no ego, no feeling of doership. That child cannot create a new karma. Gradually, when we get more information, we study and we grow our knowledge. When we are intelligent, then the karma works, it starts to work. It doesn't mean an ignorant person has no karma. No, we cannot say that. This statement is not correct. The ignorant person is not doing any karma, because when we analyze the example of child, there we may think that the child is ignorant, so therefore it has no karma. It's not so. The child has no ego, no doership, therefore child has no karma. Child's brain development is not enough to perform such karmas. Therefore, child has no karmas. Similarly, Jivan Mukta, the realized person, he has no karma, because he understood the reality of ego, the falsehood of ego. He falsifies ego and the body and all that elements. So the false ego, with the false in our Shastra, you are not ego only for the purpose, but really there is no ego. Seemingly ego, but really there is no ego. It means we may think that I am seeing doing all these actions, vyavaharas, all these activities. But really, in me, I'm connected to all this. The same thing is in Gita. Pralaban, Visrajan, Grinnan, Unmishan, Nimishan, Napi. Indriyani Indriyartheshu Artanda Idi Dharayan. So he does everything. He sees, he talks, and he holds. But what he understands is all these actions are done by my indriyas, my different organs. I am the seer of those. I am the controller of those. I am the awareness of those actions. So therefore, I don't have any action. The seer is always different from the seen. So this is the ultimate practice of this karma theory. We are studying karma theory to understand this point. So the different karmas in different level works together, gives us so many thoughts, and by those thoughts we are forced to do actions accordingly. So therefore, if we want to know the truth of this karma, to make the mind without doership. So the non-doership is the account of jiva. And when this doership is falsified, in Vedantic language we say falsified, it becomes mithya. It's seemingly there, but really is not there. So there is no ego, then there is no karma and karma phala. So this is what the discussion here is. Now the next sentence says how this sanchita karma, the huge accumulation of karma in our brain, in our samskaras, we have different tendencies. The different tendencies manifest in different situations. We know that sometimes we are completely helpless to control these tendencies. They are so forceful, we cannot control by thoughts and feelings. The mind cannot control the tendencies. Mind is carried away with those thoughts and unable to understand the reality of that. So how it happens? The Shastra says the force behind these tendencies is because of the force of the previous karmas. The force that comes from previous birth. So what has to happen will happen. So that force is there. And sometimes after the incident takes place, the result is already completed. Then we see that, then we are aware that something happened. All our emotions are like that. We don't want ourselves to be too emotional in any case. We want ourselves to be intelligent. We depend more on our knowledge. But it's not happen. This is how the subconscious mind works there. Subconscious mind works with the feelings, so that the intelligence cannot control. The mind cannot control. So this is how the sanchita karmas behind all the actions. So how the birth is formed from the sanchita karma. New bodies are formed. So we discussed that sanchita karma is the deposit of the huge deposit of all the births, all the bodies. The karma which is giving the result presently is called prarabdha. So we can call it present karma. So now, how we can destroy this sanchita karma? The sentence says, sanchitam karma brahmaivaham asmiti brahmaivahamiti nischayatmaka jnanena nashyati. Sanchitam karma brahmaivahamiti nischaya jnanena nashyati. The word meaning is, the sanchita karma brahma eva aham. I am that Brahma. I am the reality. I am the all-pervading consciousness. I am not only in this body, but also outside, in all the bodies. I am the cause of all the bodies. I am the substratum of all the bodies and the elements. There is me. I am the only Satchidananda. So this is called Brahmaivahamasmi. Brahma means all-pervading reality, all-pervading consciousness. We already know about it. Satchidananda. Existence, consciousness, bliss, absolute. Brahmaivaham. So this is the meditation. You see, here Shankaracharya ji is giving the direct knowledge. There is no karma, no process, nothing. He says, if you want destroy sanchita karma, practice this brahmaivaham. There is no remedy for that. This is only remedy. No psychiatrist, psychologist can treat this. There is no medicine invented. The only medicine is you believe in this and practice. I am this, I am not this body, I am not this prana, I am not this mind, I am not this. So this separation from this, all these complexes, don't let it work its own. But I am beyond this complexity. So this is how we practice. This is the secret of jnanis, nothing else. People think jnanis may be doing so much of, taking so much of trouble and practicing on daily and repeatedly doing, and all day they are practicing this. I am not this body, I am not this body, I am not this body, I am not this mind, I am not this mind. No, they are repeating that's this idea. No, it's not like that. It's once forever. Once you realize, it has to be accepted. It become your it become your mind. It is one with your mind. So we got all the information. We studied Vedanta and we read many books on Vedanta. We listened to many lectures. But we should ask ourselves, do we believe in all this? Really we accept all this? I think it's not. We accept only partially. There are so many doubts. We cannot completely believe that we are not this body. I am not this body. It cannot be believed like that. Just after this, just immediately after this lecture, when you are listening to the lecture, the thoughts are going that way. You feel that, okay, oh, it's right, it's right. I'm not this body. It's a really good thing to understand that. So some acceptance, some respect, something is received. But immediately after this class, I don't know how long it exists. The drama is once it is stopped, is the mind, the next thought comes with the identification of body. So this is the problem with us. So Brahma should be the reality of ourselves, the existence of ourselves. You just believe in that. Now, after believing in this, the body will work, the mind will work, because body, mind is all, these are instruments. They will work their own. There is no fear. There is no need to worry about it. That after the knowledge, what would happen to my home, how I shall manage my job. No, how can I earn all this? What would happen to all this? No, you don't have to worry. Because in Bhagavan Sri Krishna, who was believed to be a realized soul, an avatar, in spite of his all these actions and reaction, he was beyond that. He was instructing people. He killed only maybe 2-3 people in his all life. But he was a good warrior. So this is the difference. The understanding is something else. Now, what is the benefit of that? If you believe in this, whatever happened to the body and whatever already happened in you, so you will not suffer from those. So what is there? It sun, like every day, sun rises and sun sets. It's a normal process. We don't worry, oh, yesterday, oh, it was wonderful. Yesterday there was sun, today there is no sun. No, sun is not rising or sun is going to set. We never worry about it. Because we know it's a natural process. It cannot be stopped. Rising the sun and setting the sun cannot be stopped. So we leave up our worries regarding. So similarly, this body is also like that. It takes birth and slowly it grows up and then decaying, old age comes, all the differences, all the changes happens in the body. So it's a natural process. Why we should worry about it? Similarly, minds, similarly our intelligence. No, it's work like that. So this acceptance, this analyzing is necessary. So knowing Brahman, Brahmaivahamasmi, if that is Nishtayatmaka Jnanena, that is why Acharya add this there. The firm knowledge, firm conviction, Nishtayatmaka Jnanena, is not just you know that, you know firmly. The conviction is established. In that stage, Nishchayatmaka Jnanena Nashyati. When Gita says Jnanagni Sarva Karmani Bhasmasat Kurude Tatha. The fire of this knowledge makes all the karmas into ashes. Of this knowledge. Now, this is very important to understand. Are going to talk very special in this matter. Here it is said, Nishayat Jnanena, by the correct knowledge or completely established knowledge, all the Sanchita karmas are destroyed. Is this sentence correct? You understand this sentence? Is it correct? Yes or no? It's not correct. What I said is, the knowledge, correct knowledge or firmly established knowledge of Brahman destroys all the karmas. All the karmas including Sanchita. Now we are talking about Sanchita. The Sanchita karma is destroyed by the knowledge. It is correct, no? This is the problem. We think like that. But it is not correct. It's not correct. The reason is, no knowledge can destroy anything. Knowledge cannot destroy. There is no destruction by knowledge. And by knowledge cannot destroy anything. Knowledge cannot create anything. You understand this? No. You may be knowing this idea, just listening to this idea first time. No? Knowledge, no knowledge can create anything, and no knowledge can destroy anything. There is no destruction and construction by knowledge. This is important formula. You can write down. This is our very secret formula. We actually sell this formula for millions of dollars. It is very important. So there is no destruction and construction by knowledge. So knowledge cannot destroy, or knowledge cannot create anything. Similarly, the ignorance, what we call as ignorance, not knowing. So the ignorance cannot create anything, and ignorance cannot destroy anything. Both are the same. The knowledge never creates and destroys. Ignorance is also not creating and destroying. But in all our Vedanta, we talk about this. All the Acharyas, they are preaching on this. If this knowledge and ignorance is not there, we cannot preach, and then there is no Vedanta. So what we preach? So we taking this ignorance. We teach. We think that we are teaching ignorant people, and the listeners also think that I am ignorant. I should learn more. I will get new ideas because I don't know it, but this is. And the other thing, what we think, the teachers think is, we are giving knowledge to our students to destroy their karmas, their ignorance, all this. So this word and this idea is very famous in Vedantic lectures. So now, here is also the word is used, nashyati. In Sanskrit, nashyati means destroying. Nashyati destroys. You see, I will give you very simple example, the famous example. So you misunderstood the rope as snake. The shape of the rope you misunderstood as snake. Okay, now what happens? The snake is the snake creator there? Some snake is there? No. So how you create the snake there? Because there the reality is rope. So you superimposed snake there. Okay, so rope as snake. Now, because of that snake which you created, you have all the problems. You fear. You have fear. You run away from there, and all the problems created there. But the snake is not created. The mind's creation is only in the mind. Now, if you want to kill that snake, the created snake, the false snake, what is the remedy? How can you kill that? Can we kill that snake with a stick or no, something? You can burn that snake? No, it's not possible. Why it is not possible? Because this false snake, superimposed snake, was created by ignorance. What is created by ignorance cannot be really destroyed. So there is no real destruction as such. It is impossible to destroy. So now you understood that the creation of ignorance cannot be destroyed by action or the means of destructions. Means of destruction tool. No, like by stick or by fire or by anything that you kill the snake. It cannot do that. It's impossible. Now, if you try to do that, the snake is inside the mind. You will take a stick and beat the rope for hours again and again. What would happen? Nothing will happen because you are beating the rope, the solid rope. It's there, so it cannot be destroyed. So this is what is with the ignorance. You got the point, no? How it is. It cannot be created and it cannot be destroyed. Now take up the knowledge. You know this book in front of your table. On the table, the book is there. You just know that this is book. This is the knowledge of book. It is real knowledge. It is not false knowledge. After knowing the book, is the book created there? No. Before knowing, book was there. After knowing also, book is there. Knowledge only gives the confirmation. It connects. It connects your mind with the book, that's all. I say the knowledge, which we call as knowledge, it connects your mind's concentration on that book. It connects to the book. So then you say, I know the book. But by knowing that book, the book is not created. The material cause of book is something different. So it cannot be created. Therefore, if you know something else to be something else, the same mistake. So the knowledge is not creating anything. it reveals the existence of reality. It reveals that, that's all. So you are eager to know, you are a seeker of knowledge. So you want to know more about reality. That is the meaning of that. The seeker of knowledge is not creating the objects or the reality. The seeker of knowledge is trying to know more about realities, more in more depth. That's all. Obviously, we have two minds. One is after reality, and the other is with ignorance. It means it believes in ignorance. It doesn't understand what ignorance is. So the first mind, which is seeking the knowledge, the knowledge of reality, is searching for that. And the other part of the mind, which is already established in those unreal thoughts, unreal beliefs, it lives with that. So this is the construction and destruction of knowledge and ignorance. So Nashchadi means here we have to understand, knowledge is not really destroying the karmas. Knowledge is disconnecting the identifications with those karmas. Last class I told you, the entanglement. So now the connection of that karma with your mind is not there, is not entangled. Therefore, that is not yours. Like you have sold out some of your things. It is in some other's hands. Then what you think about that object? So you think it is not mine. It's not mine. I have no connection with that. I sold out. That's it. The sold object is separate from. So we can say it is that separation is because there was no actual connection of that object which you sold. So this is how the karmas are disconnected from the identification. So now how it is disconnected is very simple. How you disconnect things. Once you say, hey, this is my friend, he or she is my friend, so the connection happens. So the relations happens. Another day you say, she or he is not my friend. So it is disconnected. The mine and not mine. This is the truth. If you allow the mind to connect with objects, the mind brings this is mine, this should be with me, it is me. And mind wants to disconnect, it brings another thought which says, it's not me. It's like the objects you have sold out. So this is the interesting point of distraction here. We can discuss it in very elaborated way how it happens, but you can apply this theory very well in your life, day-to-day life. So therefore there is no real appearing and there is no real disappear. In Vedanta, no material cause is destroyed ever. Material cause is real because it cannot be destroyed. So there is no actual merging, there is no actual destruction, there is no actual manifestation. Nothing is there. The objects change their forms in different level, that's all. But the I-ness, which I understand with I am, the I am is the same. Body got many changes. Still we hold that I am. The childhood and teenage and all the changes happened in the body. Now, whatever happened there, maybe good, maybe bad, let it go with those manifestations, those changes. It happened and gone. Now, I am there always. Because the I-ness cannot be changed. There is no degree of comparison in the existence of Atma. So if this is accepted, if this idea is conceived and taken into experience, it means you completely believe in that. This is the only way we can talk about this, because it's a psychological fact. Therefore, this belief is important. You believe in that. Then it changes. Because I told you, only belief makes things. There is no real manifestation by knowledge or ignorance. Now people ask, you know this, then how the reality comes? All the objects in front of us appears to be real. How only by believing or only by by a thought of this knowledge can change the appearance of the objects? Actually, you see, we are not worried about the appearance of the object. You take the same example. The friend who was a friend for you, the same person is seen again. Now he or she is no more a friend. That feeling is not there. So the appearance is the same. The person is the same. His and her body and the shape and the behavior or the beauty or everything is the same. Now what changed there? The connection with that. Therefore, by knowledge, we are not trying to change the appearance. There is no need to change the appearance. Let the appearance to be as it is. Let it continue. What is there? What is the problem there? Nothing. Let it continue. We are changing our connection with that. We are changing our mind. So this is how the previous samskaras, previous tendencies are disconnected from the self. The next is agami. The sentence says, agami karma api jnanena nashyati kincha agami karmanam nalini dalagada jalavat jnaninam sambandho nasti. Here it is clear, that point is very clear. Agami karma api jnanena nasti. This agami karma, we know what is agami karma already. So this agami karma will also die after knowledge. Jnanena nashyati. It will be destroyed by knowledge. Not only that, furthermore, something else to be added to that. Agami karmana nalini dalagada jalavat. So this jnanis, the person who experiences knowledge, those people, they do not have any connection with that. Sambandha nasti. The example for that is the nalini dalagada jalavat. Nalini dala. Nalini means, Nalini dala means the leaf of a lotus. In India, we have the flower, lotus flower. No, so it in many states, all the Tamil Nadu, Andhra, and all the southern states, you have a lot of this lotus flower, lotus leaf and flowers. So the example is given like the water on the lotus leaf, it never gets wet. That's the beauty of that. It's specially made. It stays in water, but it never gets wet. So Nalini Dala, the lotus leaf, Gata Jalavat, the water on the lotus leaf never gets wet. Similarly, this is the simile for that. The simile for this is the jnani, they never get connected with those karmas. They have performed or being performed both the karmas. They are not connected to that. And how they are not connected? Knowing the reality of karma, knowing the reality of body-mind complex. And also, they know the karmas are performed by themselves. The karmas performed by karmas only. Because the controller of karma is the consciousness, the supreme consciousness, Ishvara. Therefore, they are not connected to that. It means the doership is not there. I am the doer. This feeling is not there. If we can reduce this feeling, the doership, we will experience bliss every day. In every action, we will be freed. So there is no action, there is no connection with the actions and reactions. Because the doership is very weak. Now, sometimes people ask this question. If there is no doership, there is no feeling of doership. How can people work on? How can people live at all? You cannot. You are sitting for 1 hour this class. How can you sit without doership? So this is a question asked. And it's the right question, the acceptable question. The reason is without doership we cannot act at all. But that is something different. Here the determination of mind works. The doership connected to that mind is to make mind act on the idea, the desire or whatever. Mind is working on that. So this is like, you program an instruction to the mind and it is working on. You instruct the mind, sit for 1 hour. Now the class is on. So this is the connection. It is already given. So you can say that body is sitting and mind is determined to be with body for sitting 1 hour. And once the class is over, the mind takes another action. Mind body changes. Now when you turn back and think about what happened, what you feel is, I sat for 1 hour to listen this class. I took so much trouble to sit 1 hour long to listen to this class, the last part of Tattvabodha. No, sometimes you feel, okay, it was so much boring. No, it was happening like that. It was not good. Or sometimes you feel, oh, it was good. I got many informations that. Both way you can think, good and bad. But what I am saying is, that feeling, now you see it changed. The body was sitting there and mind was determined to sit. And then after that, what we feel, I was sitting there. Now, what is the necessary for this? Why you bring I there? So this is the connection. Now, body and mind and other parts of the body was working there. The ear was listening, and I was eyesight was connected to the screen there, and it was working there. But you feel that I was sitting there. So this is the doership. Now, when we understand this, now how we are going to reduce or how we are going to change the doership, by understanding all. If you understand all this process by this formula, this is how it happens, then slowly the awareness of doership and awareness of mind will come, and this doership become object for you, of your mind. You will objectify your own doership. So when you feel good, when you feel bad, you objectify your mind. So now my mind is not in good mood. Similarly, you will objectify. This is how we reduce. So for this, there are karma yoga, and all these sadhanas are prescribed in shastras. So this is how the agami karmas are destroyed. How it is destroyed is said by knowledge. So by knowledge, when I say the similar thing, the last what we discussed, the last Sanchita Karma, it's not real destruction, it is disconnection. So now again something is discussed here in the next part. The actions must have reactions. This theory is world famous. Every action has reaction, equal reaction. So it means all actions must have results. They will bring some result. If there is no result, what is the meaning of action? Then even for the jnani, even for the realized person, must experience some results because he has done many karmas. After realization also, he has done many karmas. When he does something, the good and bad happens there. Because all actions, whatever you do, there is a good part of that is good, it means that is merit, and the other part it may have demerits. It means connected with merits and demerits. Every action is like that. So now, then, if the jnani does something, he will also have this reaction and merits and demerits, good and bad. Someone will like karma and someone will dislike his karma. And his karma will benefit someone and will hurt someone. It's possible. So, if that is the case, how can those karma destroy those karma? Jnani cannot destroy those. The result will come. Now, regarding that, something is said here. This is according to our Shastras. Kincha ye jnaninam stuvanti, bhajanti, archayanti, tan pradi jnani kridam agami punyam gacchati. Kincha means he wants to add something into the previous dialogue. Furthermore, ye jnaninam stuvanti bhajanti archayanti tan prati jnanikritam agami punyam gacchati. He says, ye, those who praise jnanis, the realized person, and those who serve jnanis, or accept them, respect them, worship them, to them tan prati, to them jnani kritam agami punyam gacchati. Get the punya, the good karmas, good actions of jnani. So the result goes to those people who love jnani, respect jnani. This is why in India, people worship jnanis. If they don't have anything, then also they worship. Because this belief is there. If we worship jnanis, we get punya. Because he doesn't want that punya what he has performed without the connection. Therefore, he has no connection. Now, what would happen? Those karma. So, this idea is from Vedas directly, because we don't know what happens. So, tasmad atmajnam hi archayet bhudi kamaha. It is said in Upanishads also. Therefore, you get such benefits. You go and worship, go and respect jnanis, the realized person, the wise person. So, e jnaninam stuvandi archayandi tan prati jnani kritam agami punyam gacchati. And it means he is not thinking about that. It automatically goes there. He is not giving like we give prasadam, we give something, you offer thing. It's not, he is not offering. If you go to with a good feeling, with the feeling of respect, so that automatically that blessings will come to you. You will receive that. And jnani is not giving there, and he is not stopping also. He cannot stop and he cannot give. This is happening from higher level. It's beyond his control. Why? Because he has no connection with those. He is not keeping anything with him. He will not give you. And if you ask the jnani something, he may say, no, I don't have anything, I cannot give you anything. Why? Because he is not possessing anything. The possession feeling is not there. It automatically happens. Now when we go to temple and pray to the God there in the temple, so same thing, there is no giving, but the prayers itself gives the benefits. So that is like that. Whatever aga punya jnani had will go to his devotees, his automatically. So when you respect jnani, worship jnani, serve jnani, then you are qualified to receive those punyas. That is the theory here. This is how you prepare yourself, qualify yourself to receive those punyas of jnana. Sometimes you get a lot of punya free without any action. So you get lots by helping jnani, serving jnani, like that. And then e jnaninam nindanti. Now he has some papa also, because he was doing some action. Some papa will also happen there. It must happen. It ought to happen. So ye jnaninam nindanti dushanti dukkha pradanam kurvanti tan prati jnani kridam sarvamagami kriyamana padavachyam karma papatmagam gacchati. Same thing. The jnaninam nindanti. Those who abuse jnanis, insult jnanis, jnaninam nindanti, dishanti. Dukkha pradhanam kurvanti, gives pain, discomfort. Dukkha pradhanam kurvanti. Tan prati, to those people. Jnani kritam, sarvamagami kriyaman. The sin, the bad karmas of jnani will go to those people. Padavachyam karma pavatmakam gacchati. So this is how the karma of jnani is distributed. Agami karma of jnanis. Now he has no agami karma, no sanchita karma. The sanchita karma is destroyed or disconnected by the jnana, and agami karma is distributed to his enemies and his devotees. So it is complete. So for this, there are sentences, there are words in Shastra, in the Upanishads. Tat sukritam sukrita punya krityam durhrita papa krityam grinnanti. Sukritaha punya krityam. Sukritaha, the friends of jnani, gets his punya, his meritorious karmas. And durhritaha papa krityam, the enemies of jnanis, gets his papa krityam, demerit karmas. This is how that agami karma is distributed. Now, if this is the truth, how the karma, one karma can go to another person? This question can be asked here. Now somebody has done something. How that karma goes to another person? It's not according to the law of karma. How it happens? It happens to jnanis. The reason is their self, the jnanis are everywhere. Their self, atma, is everywhere, all pervading. Or the mind is also all pervading. They are not identifying themselves with one body. Therefore, it is one with the universal mind or universal body. Now, who are ready to receive those, qualified to receive those? The enemies are qualified to receive the bad karmas, so they receive those. And the friends or devotees, they are qualified to receive the good karmas, so they receive it. That's all. Because jnani is not identifying himself with those karmas. He is not saying this is my good karma, this is my bad karma, because for him, he has not done anything good, anything bad. Kimakam pavamagaravam. There is a sentence in Taittiriya Upanishad. So he is not worried at all. So your thoughts, if you have a good thought, You will feel good. That's all. This is very simple. If you are thinking negatively, the negativity will attract. The people who are always with negativity, they attract more negativity. This is the theory. Because that they are tuning with the negativity. So when we think positively, when we make our minds with good thoughts, the good is attracted. You can practice and see. It's very simple. This is what is happening. So if we think something is bad, if the negativity is created towards somebody or some object, so that object is not the problem of the object. It is the problem of the mind. If mind changes into positivity, then the same object can bring positivity. The same object can bring positivity. So this is how it works. Now, the next part is the conclusion part. The result of self-knowledge. This we already had discussed. All points we have discussed. So I think today's time is over for the lecture. Now we can take up the questions, one or two questions, and the next class, of course, we conclude. The last class we thought we could conclude in this class, but because this is karma theory, it went on. Now the next class we are going to conclude Tattvabodha. So after the class, maybe whatever is left, we will discuss. Then we will elaborately discuss on questions. And again, one more class we will keep for this discussion. Now you can ask question regarding all this. So then only we will think about starting a new class. So it means the next class we have questions with the discussion here, and after that one class only for interactions. So that is how we are going to conclude Tattvabodha. Okay, so you can ask questions. Hari Om. Hari Om.
Sureshji, you can ask questions.
Hari Om, Pranam Swamiji. My question is, if we praise Bhagavan Bhashagara, then we get some merits, right? If we praise him, worship him. Can we say that he was a jnani, or should we think that he is an avatar?
Hari Om.
Hari Om.
Yeah,
my question
can you
is,
repeat the question again?
my question is, when we praise Bhashagara, Lord, we will get some merits because he is both jnani and an avatara. But those who criticize him, whether they will get demerits? Because we have seen in Puranas those who
yeah, actually that is the theory just now included, no?
Okay.
When we praise good people or good actions,
okay,
we create positivity in our mind.
Okay. Okay.
So that positivity will repeat.
Okay.
And give energy to create positive thoughts in us.
Okay.
And those positive thoughts will bring a good result in the future.
Even if the jnani has taken samadhi,
yeah. Therefore, if you don't accept somebody, if you are not feeling good with somebody who is known to be a good person, you are not accepting it. So you keep away your mind from the person. You don't criticize. Because you go on criticizing like jnanis, then the negativity is created.
Okay.
So avoid criticizing such people. That's all. You may be accepting some jnanis, not accepting another jnanis. It's possible. It's quite possible in our vyavahara. We do that, but not criticize anybody. That's all. Not accepting is not a problem, but criticizing anything will bring negativity. This is it's a basic theory in our Hinduism.
Okay.
Yeah.
Om Swamiji.
Any other question?
Om Swamiji.
Yeah. Welcome.
This is related to what you just said. Because whether we worship Narasimha Swami or whether we hate Narasimha Swami, at the end of the day, we are still going to attain to moksha. Like in the case of Hiranyakashipu. So why should it be a problem, hating a jnani?
Yeah. Accepting and worshipping is a different sadhana. Somebody worships Shiva, somebody worships Narasimha, somebody worships Devi. That is the person, the sadhaka's mind is tuned with such energies or such forms. So he gets the benefit from that. If he's not worshipping, he is not losing anything. But he is not getting anything, that's all. So accepting and worshipping is a special action. he can say it's something special. He is going towards, but not doing is okay. If you are not doing, you are not working, you will not get the result. That's all. But don't do against. That's the thing I want to say. Don't keep any enmity. Don't keep any negativity towards anything. Don't entertain negative thoughts in any cost in your mind. So if we can keep this awareness in our minds, not entertaining any thought, any negative thought, this will automatically change our actions. And our bad karmas, our own bad karmas will be destroyed, because we will attract good karmas and good thoughts and good objects towards us. And people relate to us also will feel good, because if you don't have negative thoughts, objective thoughts, so then of course the people will connect very fast. So that is the sadhana we do when we practice upasana, meditation, yoga, and everything. So this is how we practice, because the good energy will attract all the goodness. It's very, very simple theory. It's a very simple and practical. You practice and see. Even you can make your enemies friends in due course of time, if you practice like this. Yeah. Thank you very much.
Swamiji, there's a question on chat.
Huh?
Om Pranam Swamiji, the example that you gave about the mind being determined to sit with the body. Who is it instructing it? Who is instructing it to do so? Consciousness can't do it so.
Correct. When we say consciousness is directing the mind and body, it means the presence of consciousness reflected in the mind is directing. Like the presence of light, of presence of sunlight, we perform all the karmas. So there is some reactions because of light. There is some reactions in the trees, and they have some reactions because of the light. The color changes because of light. So the presence of light, everything happens. There is no action in light. Similarly, in the presence of consciousness, everything happens. We attribute the actions on consciousness and say that consciousness is directing. This is all. The reflection in the mind, it directs. And the thoughts, the objects in the minds are whatever object is there, whether it is good or bad, is reflected by the consciousness. So if good thoughts are there, good objects are there, then that is reflected.
So there is one more question. Pranam, is it better to just accept our karmas and go through it rather than trying or praying to change it? Then how do we decide if we should stay in a situation or change it?
Actually, changing is not possible. We can create new karmas with better, good thoughts, good actions, good karmas. So There is no actual change. So what we do is we create an opposite karma for a bad karma. If something is bad, we try to create a good karma. So then the bad karma, bad karma's result is diluted, seemingly diluted. Like if you are full of negative thoughts, you will have all the problems, all the health problems, mental problems, and you won't feel friendship with the people. All this will happen. Then we say it is my bad karma because I have no friends, nobody is helping me, I am in trouble. Now all this you feel. So make good and positive thoughts, then it will change. So the change is not actually created. The opposite karmas are created. We discussed before also. We discussed about samskaras, the tendencies created from the actions. So to destroy or to suppress the bad tendencies, you create new good tendencies, positive tendencies. So when good tendencies rise up, the bad tendencies are disappearing, seemingly disappearing. This is how it happens. The actual disconnection happens when we realize ourselves. Before realization, the karma will give its effects. So with free will, with purushartha, we can make good thoughts, good desires. So this is how it goes. There is no other way. There is no other way to change. So always try to behave very in a good manner. Always try to entertain good thoughts. Always speak out good words, sweet words. Try to do that. Practice this. Then the mind will change. Nowadays people say when you get agitated, you should bring out your agitation and react. So then you are relaxed. This is what people speak now. This is one way of doing that. The agitation, why you can think about that, why this agitation comes. Why mind is reacting like that? You will find some reason there. So always try to find reason within you, not outside. This is one important point. We try to find reason from outside. Because he said like that, so I got agitated. Because she said like that, I got agitated. She did like that, I got agitated. How always we try to put the reason outside. The agitation happened in you. It means the reason is also in you. The outside object was, of course, an instrument. It is not really, the reason is not there. The reason is within. So this is how we can practice this. In the beginning, it is difficult because this all thought process you have to change. So the opposite thoughts and good thoughts, and always try to find reasons within why it happens. And no, we have no practice on this. If we are happy, if I am happy, I hardly think about the reason why I am happy. I will see the object outside. I will see, oh, I got a new mobile, so I am happy. So I put the reason connected to the mobile. But it's not right. The mobile cannot bring happiness. Happiness is from inside. The thought connected to mobile. Okay, this is my mobile. It's a new mobile. It's useful for me. Thoughts are bringing happiness. So the reason is always inside. That's the way we have to practice. It can change the life. You will find your life changed after some time, because this is very good thoughts for life, to find reality. What is our life? We always think about what had hurted, what had happened to us, the pain. The reason is outside. That is what we think. So what is known, that we can change. What is not known, that we cannot change. So first try to change what is known, what is already we know, with some reason. So try to change those, and gradually you will get into that level of understanding that everything what is there in your mind will be known. So you will know everything. You will know the past, you will know the future, you will know the present. Yeah, any other? Okay, can I conclude?
Yes, Swamiji, no other questions.
Okay. Om Purnamatah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamaya Purnamevasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.